Nelson traded his drill for a paddle in hand. Left the dentist chair for the pickleball stand. He's slicing shots, chasing dreams, crossing the sand. He's got a serve that'll make you understand.
All right. Hey, welcome back, Marianas. It is Wednesday, December 10th. It is 8:36 a.m., and we are having a great time here on Good Morning Marianas. And yeah, Caleb, I like that, the comment. I know it's about what we were saying, getting out bum culture. Wouldn't that be a great idea to start a new clothing line? Hashtag bum culture. I love that idea. All right. Well, hey, I got a couple of folks out here who are definitely, maybe I could get them to buy some of those t-shirts when we get it going. But right now, they are out there changing culture one serve at a time, one court at a time. We've got Nelson and Donna Krum in studio with us today. We're going to be talking some pickleball stuff and about what's been happening, where they've been. But Dental, Donna, and Nelson, no surrender, no fear.
No pain.
No pain.
No pain, no.
Krum, he's on the show. And yeah, that was your tribute song for sure now. Absolutely love it. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for
Thank
having
you, Brad. This is exciting to be here.
And thank you for that new song.
Well, that was fun. So that's one of the fun things about AI doing all this stuff. You know, like I'm able to do something and do it pretty quick, and do it to where it's kind of custom to whoever's coming in and a little bit of fun.
I didn't even know AI could do that. I knew they could make flyers. That's as far as I've gotten with AI.
Oh yeah, it can do so much more. But that's part of it. In fact, we were talking about stuff this morning in one of our veterans groups. They were talking about, hey, do you guys ever use AI? I'm like, yeah, I think everybody does. They're like, well, what does it tell you about this? I'm like, well, it told me, it said, I bet you were really hooah before you got fat. I'm like, nice, really great. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We wanted to talk today about some latest developments with the game of pickleball. But I thought, you know what? There's a lot of people here that don't know the history of how we got to where we are today, what we're going to talk about. Nelson just got back from the Global Pickleball Federation International Conference, and we just had our first ever fundraising tournament. But I just want to back up a minute for our listeners that might not know how we got here. And one of the things that we've always tried to have Paradise Dental Spa be about is community service, giving back to the community as part of our mission statement. And then 5 years ago, it was the height of COVID, springtime 2020. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't go anywhere, we couldn't do anything, inside, and we're trying to come up with a community service project, but everybody was afraid to get out from behind the mask. So about that time, my sister Judy, some of you have met Judy, she's been here a couple times, she was constantly talking about this game called pickleball that she had been playing in Arizona for the past couple years, and how much she loved it. She kept going on and on and on. And one day, we didn't pay any attention to her, is the most important part of that story. We didn't pay any attention to her.
And thank you.
Game with a stupid name, she wasn't very athletic, she had a hard time sticking with anything, so we just didn't even listen to her. Well, one day in 2019, or early 2020, after Nelson had a successful hip replacement, he was preparing to get back into his first love, which was tennis. He's the tennis guy, right? I've been on a million tennis bleachers in my day. So about this time, I tell my sister about this, and she literally had a good old southern hissy fit. And Judy and I are from the South, Virginia. And she basically had a nervous breakdown, imploring us to forget about tennis, bring pickleball to Saipan. So, here we go again with this pickleball conversation. But then she said something that Nelson overheard that grabbed his attention and changed everything. She said, well, don't you? And, in her best know-it-all voice, she said, don't you, that pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the country? And he's like, what? Nelson's very competitive, right? So, as they say, the rest is history. And Nelson and I, at that point, our home became one big YouTube video because we did not know anything about the game. We had no one to help us. So we just watched pickleball videos 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which is actually still happening at our house. And we played the very first game in June 2020 on a taped court in the parking lot of Paradise Dental Spa with about 4 or 5 of our, 6 or 7 maybe, of our dental office people. In fact, I think I sent Brad, it's actually on the Pickleball Saipan Facebook page, a picture of the original court, which you can still play. You can still see the lines. And from there, I'm going to let Nelson take over, but that's how it all started. I was on a tape court. The rain, it came, washed out the tape. Then we put lines down. One thing just led to another. And if I have to say one thing about this game is any challenges that come up, the game just solves them all by themselves. It's actually fascinating. So 5 years later, I'm going to let Nelson take over. We have what, 400 players now?
Yes, and we started with a founding group of 7 players that we could only play on Friday and Saturday mornings at the dental office because we used the parking lot the rest of the time to see patients. And we've grown to over 400 players. We just finished a tournament that we had over 150 players. And it was what was unique about this tournament, because we're averaging 130 to 160 players per tournament now when we hold one.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
This was our first, we were approached by the Lions Club to do a fundraiser. And so our board worked things out, and we ran the tournament for them. They provided a lot of the volunteer support, and they went after the sponsorship and took care of the prizes and things. And so we hosted the event for the Lions Club, and it was incredibly successful.
Yeah, it was very successful. A great partnership.
So we just finished at 11:30 Sunday night.
Yeah,
Wow.
A 3-day tournament.
Yeah, I saw. I was going past there that late. I'm like, they can't still be. And what was more interesting is that it wasn't just that it was late; it was packed.
Yes.
People were all around the courts, and I think so. Sunday night, I was getting stuff ready so that everything would pop on Monday at midnight, right? So everything's good to go. And I was driving past there, and I was just beat. It was a long day, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this has to be like the championship or something, because there's so many people there. But if you just finished at 11:30, that wasn't even the championship level stuff, because there were people on all the courts when I was going by. I'm like, it'll never end. Like, if I go there now, I'm going to be here probably till 11:30.
It
like you
ends when
said.
the lights go out. Yeah. At 11.
Incredible. It's so popular. It's reaching across all kinds of boundaries. There's every demographic is playing. Everybody is out there. And what a great community it is.
Well, and it's the community part of it that's so special. This sport, unlike any other, besides the sports and the working out and getting in shape, there's a community involved. You come together at the end and congratulate each other. You play together. There are wonderful people involved in the sport. It's just so fun. And it brings joy to so many people and I can't think of another sport that does that.
And there's probably, we have a many cultures here, which is what makes this place so amazing. And it'd be hard pressed to list a culture that is not playing with us. I don't know any other activity that can say that.
Well, it's packed, and it's everybody. I mean, it's literally everybody is out there. Again, from every background. Like, I saw it when I saw it at Capitol Hill. I saw it down there at the courts and AMP. You guys just have everybody. Everybody's playing this sport.
Yes.
You know, the only one who isn't playing is me, and I have the best paddle.
Yeah, you got a paddle for your
I
birthday.
got the best paddle.
From Paradise Dental.
What
Gave you a paddle.
I need to do is get out of this office sometime
Yeah,
and be
really.
able to go and use it.
Yeah.
We could put a pickleball court in here if you wanted, with a mini net and...
It's just
they're
about the
playing in the
right
airport
size.
tournament.
It's not exact, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, you know, in addition to the Lions Club, who our liaison there was Melvin
Gallopon.
and they do amazing community work through the Lions Club. So it was the proceeds that will go to them will help that. But I also want to shout out to one of our board members, one of the Pickleball Federation board members, Dr. Riza Liwag, I think is how you say your last name. Anyway, she is she put together, to get ready for this tournament for the Lions Club, 6 weeks of trainings for beginners. So we were going to have brand new, whoever, Lions Club and whoever else, never played before. And the reason I'm bringing that up is I don't want anyone out there to ever forget that has never played before. The most important person on any pickleball court worldwide, in our opinion, is the brand new player who has never picked up a racket, right? Paddle.
Bad girl.
Bad.
No,
Yeah,
no, that makes sense because they're so new they don't even know
That's
it's
right.
called
So
a paddle.
that's how you build.
Yeah.
That's how you build anything, whether it's a business or a sport. Is you love on your new people, and you make them feel welcome, and you give them lessons. So the lessons that she put together for 6 weeks, and she organized all of us volunteers. We were out there for 6 Saturdays, and these beginners were playing in that tournament, and they looked fantastic. We have a couple. 2 of them were from our dental office, and they won medals, and it was just so fun to watch beginners, because if you don't take care of your beginners, they're never going to come back and experience the joy, and they're never going to say anything nice about the group. So we are very, very committed to our beginner players, and it was the first time we had ever done a 6-week training program to really get them ready to play in a tournament, and it was so joyful to watch them have such a great time. And we're very thankful to. And Dr. Riza is a teacher, so she had those teaching gifts, right? Oh, it was just fantastic. It was fantastic.
Well, awesome. So this was a real big tournament. You guys raised some money to do some good stuff.
Well, that's another thing. It was the first time, Nelson mentioned this, it was the very first time that we had ever used the sport of pickleball, the Federation is the first time, as a fundraising vehicle. And we had never thought of that until the Lions Club came to us. But we thought, wait, we're in the middle of a tough economy, austerity. This is the perfect use for this game, because these people, they will sign up for a tournament every weekend. They have no qualms about putting their $25 into playing a tournament. They love it so much. So why not use that? We sell T-shirts, we sold food, we had raffle prizes. So why not use that to help the community in all these tight times? So we were very excited. That was the first that we've ever done anything like that, and we will be taking that show on the road. In fact, my vision for that is maybe like a once a year, because it's a lot of work, and have the nonprofits compete to be chosen for that, because it's going to be a big deal every single time. Anyway, we had 6 people from Tinny Income. Arlie Long and her friends were there. That was really fun.
Well, yeah, getting the nonprofits that you're going to help to volunteer for things. That's a great way to get it started to select them.
Yeah, because the things that we maybe aren't very good at, they were great at. So it was a perfect little partnership. So that's the latest news for the pickleball world.
Well, I have one more thing to say about the tournament that we just completed. I was the tournament director. We held the tournament in 2 locations, American Memorial Park and Capitol Hill Courts. Maravik Dunlap ran the Capitol Hill Courts, and Dr. Riza Lewag ran the American Memorial Park. And they did a phenomenal job keeping score. These women want to play, and they've forewent the ability to play to help with running the event. Yeah. And Nikki Nichols was another one that loves to play pickleball, but he just helped out any way he could and passed on being in the event. So
before we move on from the game to a little bit bigger topic, we now have courts at AMP, courts at Capitol Hill. There's a new indoor facility that a group has started.
I've heard about this.
Yes, that is amazing. That's exciting for us, because one of the things I want to mention, the Pickleball Federation of the Northern Mariana Islands, their sole purpose is to expand the game in the CNMI. That's it. So now we're no longer doing everything by ourselves. We've got other groups that are stepping up. This group that's done the indoor facilities, they did that all on their own with their own money, like over $30,000 invested, right? That had nothing to do with us. So that's what excites us, when we see things springing up. When I went to the tournament the other day, for 3 days, I did not recognize hardly anybody, and I almost wanted to cry. I'm thinking, this was the dream we had in the parking lot at Paradise Dental Spa 5 years ago. And now it's outgrowing us. But the Federation board will still be working behind the scenes to keep that going, keep it expanding, make sure it stays, everybody playing nice, showing up, playing nice, you know, my favorite saying. So in that, it's in Tinian and Rhoda now.
Wow.
One of our players took it to Palau. I mean, Nelson is, he'll never say this, but he's actually the secretary of, soon to be president of the Oceania Pickleball Federation, which is
Ooh.
responsible for expanding the game into the Pacific all over. And what we're going to talk about next is his visit to Manila for the Global Pickleball Federation annual meeting. So he first told me, I said, I'm picturing hundreds of people at this thing, right? He said,
Yeah.
oh, I said, how many people? He said, oh, you know, I've got 47. I said, well, that's not very many. He goes, no, Donna, 47 countries represented, and we were there. CNMI was in the house. So he's going to tell you about that now. First trip to Manila, right?
Well, to add to what Donna said about the other courts around the island, there's a large group, it's over 30 players now in Kobler that have been playing on one concrete court down there. And I just talked to a man at this last tournament, the Yuletide tournament, that is building 2 pickleball courts at his house in
Wow.
Kobler for these people to use. And the other most exciting thing for me, because it's one of our young players that we've developed over the years, John Austin, who is, I think, a sophomore at Marianas High, has started a group there that 80 people signed
80.
up when he put it out, 80 kids, and 20 that are playing actively. And he gave the best player on the island a run for his money in this last tournament in singles.
Whoa.
In a 4.5 division,
Yeah.
he's 16
So,
years old.
John Austin, fantastic job with
He'll
what
always
you're
be
doing.
JR to us.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
11 when we met him.
He's outgrown the JR, but he and his dad were one of our founding members,
Ray?
Ray Austin.
Yes, great guy.
Yeah.
This is awesome. It's so great to see and catching it now, and it's easy to get into, right? This is you can get varying levels of coolness with your paddles and stuff like that, but that's all you need, right? And with such a welcoming group, you get to be out there, you get to have fun, you get to learn a lot. The games are quicker than like tennis,
Yeah,
so you're
11
able
points,
to
right,
so people are
fast.
able to get in and get time out there on the course to learn the game, and that's got to be one of the reasons why it's got to be part of its big appeal.
Yes.
Yeah, even in when you have the national tournaments, which several of our players here have now qualified for next year. They 3 of them, you and Nelson and Don Dunlap, have already been in a couple of national tournaments, and then we've got Maravik Dunlap now has qualified to be in next year's because she won some tournaments in the States. So yeah, a little
Nikki
Saipan.
Nichols also.
Nikki Nichols, yeah, little Saipans is making waves. But one story that's really fun for me is when we first opened the AMP courts in 2022, right after the mini games, there was a young man from Rwanda that worked at the hospital. And he and his wife came out and started playing pickleball. They'd never played before. Well, he went home to Rwanda, got it going there. Now he's part of the International Federation. He was at the convention
With nets, paddles, and balls from
us, right? We sent him
We
home with
donated.
stuff. Right.
So our outreach, we've
Vietnam.
gone from focusing on schools and churches, and we took a set of paddles, balls, and net to the Center for Living Independently.
Yes.
And handicapped involvement in this game is huge, and that's
Yeah.
kind of fizzled right now because
Special
Susan-
wheelchairs.
yeah, the wheelchairs for athletics cost so much that we'll get that.
I
going
guarantee
again.
you, at Nelson, when he turns 80, he's gonna have the first one on Saipan. They're like $17,000 or
I
something.
won't be walking by 80.
Well, whenever
Okay.
you're not walking, you'll have your wheelchair.
80's not that far away now.
That's right.
She meant the 2080s. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
right,
2080s.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
So back to the community outreach part, it's not just about people having fun playing the game. We at Paradise Dental, we want to keep expanding things, like Nelson's talking about with the schools and the churches. We are in the prison now. We have a couple courts that we did in Commissioner Torres let us put courts in the prison. There's a whole prison ministry in the States that we're trying to kick off here too. So we want to keep it at least from the Federation standpoint, a community service project always, not just people out there having fun.
Well, we took a tour of the prison, oh my gosh, it's been like 10, 11 years ago when I was with KSPM. And they got those indoor basketball courts to be a perfect spot for
I think
pickleball.
That's where they are.
did it.
Yeah.
No kidding. And you don't have to chase the balls. You don't have to worry about them going outside of the courts or anything. Good to go.
So we had fun. We took them some fairly inexpensive wooden paddles in the beginning. We took them 8 paddles, and the second day they had broken 3 of them already. I said, "Are they hitting each other with them?" A bad thing to say to the inmates. But our outreach then, besides our local experience, we have reached out. Donna mentioned Rwanda, Vietnam. Several years ago, we took Hanoi their 3rd portable net,
For the city.
and I just heard at the convention that I'm going to talk about, there are 18 million players in
It has exploded.
Vietnam.
Wow, 18 million.
Exploded.
18 million.
We are like the hub of pickleball for the region now.
So we've sent a set to South Korea, Vietnam, Rwanda,
I think that's about it.
and that's it.
Well,
Palau,
Palau, yeah,
the
yeah,
other
Castro.
islands here.
How about closer to home? How is it in Guam?
Oh, they started before us.
Guam started a year before us. They got involved with the Federation about the same time as us, and they're having some growing pains. Their board recently completely resigned,
Oh,
and they're working on replacing their board right now. But they have the Guam National Tennis Center. If you've seen that, a beautiful
yeah, it's
tennis.
Yeah,
incredible.
they
They have 4
pickleball courts in
dedicated
there.
courts there.
Really?
Yes.
That's relatively new. Yeah.
I mean, I've been there, and I just didn't look at all the courts. I was there
Yeah.
for Little League baseball stuff,
Yeah.
which is right next door. Oh no, actually no, Harmon. It's soccer, right? Soccer is right there too.
Yeah, that whole
It's a
facility.
huge
Yeah.
facility.
Yeah, so they got a little bit of everything. But I saw that, and I'm like, I could not get over how amazing it was. It's all open air, though. You would think that maybe they would
Yeah.
have something
Well,
covered.
I know.
We have weather, but they've been working on indoor facilities. They've been working on facilities around the island of Guam, but their numbers are about the same as ours in terms of players.
But I'll tell you what. So I know that not to derail where we're going with this stuff, but they have a facility in Guam. Since you're able to have those portable nets, and they work just as fine, right?
Yeah.
In the UOG Fieldhouse, you guys could host there an international tournament that people would fly in
That's
for.
in the vision board.
That should be something they do because of all the things that you can have going at the same time. Visually, it would be stunning. For facilities, they've got training rooms. They've got all kinds of stuff you can stream from there. You can stream all the big events and promote it the whole way. It would be amazing. We don't have anything like that here, but it could be
Yeah.
something major for them.
You're going to hear a little bit more about that. Kind of like the hell of the Marianas, but with pickleball, and not be hell.
Yeah,
That'd be
well, I mean,
fun,
like
easy.
the U.S. Open, but like where everybody's in the same covered spot.
Yeah.
Where where you're able to do it. Anyway, so
So tell us about what you've learned in Manila.
So my dream, when I can rest and die and go to bed, is to have a 16-court internationally recognized facility where we can host tournaments with players from around the world.
wow.
But that's future talk. What just happened, I just returned from Manila, where they held the Global Pickleball Federation's 2nd annual general membership meeting. That's a lot of words. There are 2 international organizations, the Global Pickleball Federation and the UWPF
United.
So that federation and the Global Pickleball Federation both have the same agenda of having pickleball become an Olympic sport. That's the
Wow.
In
goal.
2032 in Australia.
And Brisbane is hosting the event in 2032, and we're hoping to be an Olympic sport by then. Well, one of the things that the Global Pickleball Federation is facing, and the UWPF, is the Olympics, the International Olympic Committee only recognizes one international body. So they have to combine. And so there's work underway to get committees going to work between those two organizations. That was talked about at the meeting, but the most spectacular thing for me were the sheer numbers that are coming out of Asia right now.
Yeah.
And these numbers are almost scary. In Asia, 1.9 billion people
Wow.
have heard about pickleball. 812 million have played at least once. 282 million are playing at least once a month. And those stats, first of all, when you think about our tourism industry
Yeah.
coming back,
It's Asia's.
to bring sports tourism in a big way through pickleball back to the island is fantastic. And one of the fun things that just happened, I got a text from a contact in Guam. And this, you're hearing it first on your show.
Oh, yeah.
PIC wants to convert one of their courts to pickleball
What? That's here in Saipan?
in Saipan.
No way. That's great.
So they'll be the first hotel to have done that.
Well, and they've got the courts to do it. And man, that would be really outstanding if they're able to pull that off. In fact, people are calling your phone right now just so they can get in and find out when's the next game, Donna.
Okay.
Do you guys get to? Will this be something where you end up changing some of those names? Like, do you have a paddle Paul or someone else for this? I mean, this is really great news. Really big news, not just for the federation. But for the players out here to be able to have a place, I can't imagine why other folks wouldn't, because this thing has grown so big.
Well, it's like when we travel now, we're not going to travel anywhere where we can't play pickleball. So you've probably got people in our Asian markets that we're trying to attract here that already play, and if they have that additionally available, they'll come here versus someplace else. So you never know. We're just very hopeful. When we have had there is something called pickleball professionals, a lot of them now. We've had two come through here in the last 5 years, and their prediction has always been that the real pros in pickleball are going to be coming out of Asia because of their badminton skills, their racket sport skills. So you're seeing this boom now in Asia of people playing. There's no reason we can't hopefully tap into that as part of our tourism recovery. I mean, it's not a huge part. I'm not saying it's the answer to everything, but every little bit helps. And we take very seriously at Paradise Dental that when they say tourism is everybody's business. So if the Pickleball Federation board can work on that too, right? It's part of our master vision board of things that we want to help with.
Well, all of the events that MVA does, all these, the running events, the biking, all of them, all of the numbers that really bolster it are the local ones. If you've already got like about 150 people in just your local event, that's not even reaching out to folks to come out. So imagine, now you have to start thinking about what kind of capacity are we going to have for doing all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And can we do like a takeover weekend or whatever for all these things? You guys have the ability to make something really big happen here. And I mean, you've got the fire is hot right now. You can strike on this thing and put that together, and hopefully these guys. Have you reached out to like an MVA to say, hey, this is something?
What I did a couple months ago, we had one of the last tournaments we had at the Hyatt, and we were staying there.
Marianas Beach Resort.
Marianas Beach Resort. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Marianas Beach Resort, and I was in a hotel, in one of the rooms high up. It was one of those beautiful Saipan sunny days, the water. So we were overlooking the courts that was overlooking the beach. And the water was gorgeous, the day was beautiful, and they were down there on the courts playing pickleball, and I took a picture. And I sent it to MVA because my vision was, get this on your brochure.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so inviting for anyone who's already playing But you never know what attracts. We're still trying to figure out what do people want when they come here.
Well, that's an easy one. So, like, again, a triathlon is tough. You got to do your bike and all that other stuff, all the stuff.
bring your it's so
a
easy to
marathon,
pack.
yeah, running is easy. You just need your running shoes. You're good to
Yeah.
go. But pickleball, all you got to do is bring your paddle. Like, it's
Yeah.
easy. It's an easy thing to go to and enjoy it. And you get to look at, like, out our window. Like, you get to be on courts that see that kind of stuff. The hardest thing, are you able to play on a tennis court without the lines being perfectly outlined and all
It
that
needs
stuff?
lines, but
Yeah.
you can do it with tape. You don't have to have anything fancy.
One of the things they showed us in Manila was the street where pickleball got started in Manila 8 years ago. And we played on the street the first night we were there. They bussed us all to this street. And they have 8 courts that this street they close down every weekend and turn it into a park for the local residents. And they chalk the courts
Chalk.
Wow.
Yeah,
Every
the rain,
night,
Yeah, gets rid of the
because
chalk.
the rain washes the chalk away the next day. We've the Guam people playing in Tamuning share 2 tennis courts with the tennis players, and the mayor won't let them paint lines on. They have to lay tape down and take it up every night they play.
3 times a week. They're diehards.
What a great idea. So we, with all the work that's been done in downtown Garapan, if you did that on the Paseo, you close it off, which is how they designed that anyway. You could make the courts like one after another going
That's
down
how
the
it is in
street.
Manila.
And you just tell people to bring their chairs, sit on those sidewalks. It'd be a boon for all the businesses. The hotels, you're just walking out of the hotel to get down there. Bring a folding chair, sell a folding chair, rent a folding chair. You can have a folding chair business
Right,
going out
exactly.
there. As that happens, it's nonstop. There's stuff all the time. The only thing you guys need, a little light, little music, for the evening, part 2. And you could paint that on the street, because what else are you going to be using the street for? It's not like you're going to be using it for another event, although maybe you could, and it would be really cool. But this sounds so awesome of
It's got
an
potential
opportunity.
for that, for
That's a
tourism,
great
for
idea.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yes.
All up and down the street, you're
Yeah.
totally, and I don't think there's too much of a crown in the road where it's really going to make that much of an
Well, we
impact.
played on some terrible surfaces. Doesn't matter.
Let's talk about that parking lot again. No, so it sounds incredible. So now you have this big thing. How about for mini games or the Pacific Games? Or is it?
can't be-
To be in the Pacific Games or be considered for the mini games, you have to be an Olympic sport.
Yes, we have ways to go
So
there.
the goal is to make it into the 2032 Olympics. And after that, then Oceania can include pickleball in the mini games and Pacific
That's,
Games.
that's why Nelson wanted to get so involved in these other organizations that feed up into this final push to help see what we can do to help with that. The other thing with the tourism, one of our first visions, let's say it starts off really small and you've got 2 families that are staying at Marianas Beach Resort. We will go pick them up and take them out to play, and they'll be talking about it. They'll tell all their friends to come to Saipan, right? So we're very grassroots, but we also have very big visions of where this game could go. For our own community, which needs a lot more physical activity. We just had Dr. Peter Greger at Rotary yesterday give some of the most dismal obesity statistics for the CNMI that you've ever heard anywhere.
Wow.
So yes, it's a fun game. We want everybody to be playing it, but our vision is always much bigger than that. What can we do to really use this game to get healthy and have fun and to be in community with? And the nice thing is that everybody is so lovely here anyway. Now you've got it on steroids. They have something in common with the game.
Well, that's outstanding.
So tell them about the 7-story.
Well,
Facility.
I brought the brochure along.
Is that what this is? That's the facility?
This
This is being built. It's opening in 2027. And it's called Helios. They did a presentation and were one of the sponsors for the Global Pickleball Federation meeting. 7 stories of pickleball.
Jeez.
And the top story has an exhibition court with 2,000 seats.
That's the top
for
story?
the
Yeah.
for the spectators, 2,000 seats. Yeah. So and when's that supposed to be ready?
2027.
2027.
Wow.
And so that will be the premier tournament hub in Asia, probably, right? It'll be in Manila at this facility
Well,
for now.
Until something bigger
something
and better is
bigger,
built.
yeah.
Well, I love it. I'm looking at the pages here where they're showing all the different members and all that other stuff. You got the.
We're in there.
Yeah, we are in there.
We're
Look
in
at
there,
that.
yeah, that's right. And so, what started 5 years ago as a Paradise Dental Spa looking for a community outreach project, to this day is the same thing. So, we're still viewing this game as an ongoing community service project for our business. It keeps Nelson, both of us, very busy, mostly Nelson. I'm the first lady behind the scenes most of the time. But one of the things that's kind of hard to describe, in closing, and Nelson might have a few more things, is it's hard to describe this game to people who have never played. And I've even actually encouraged people to stop trying to do that. Just encourage them to come out because they're not going to get it until they start playing. But Nelson said something when he got back from Manila, and somebody was asking him, well, why do you like this game so much? They were just kind of asking him about the why. And he said the bumper sticker phrase, which is that pickleball simply brings out the best in people. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's the most true statement I've ever heard, because you can't have that many people all the time together around the world, no matter what language you speak. Nelson's going off and grabs all around the world, doesn't even speak the language, to play pickleball with some stranger. It just brings out the best in people. And that'd be hard to say about too many things. So we're very excited for where we are now, where we've come from. We're very humbled by the success and all the people now that are stepping up way above and beyond the two of us, or Paradise Dental even. And we thank you all for everything that you're doing. They've fallen in love with the sport, and now we're taking it to even new heights. But as Nelson said, I think that I want MVA to be listening to this, because I think that the numbers coming out of Asia could bode very well for our tourism industry. Just let's keep it as part of keep it in the plan.
Well, of course, it looks incredible. So I found this thing online, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a video about it, about what's going on with the opportunity to be able to even see this thing. And there was something there. Now it kind of doesn't look as fancy. But they're going through and showing some different facilities. They're talking about different sports and all that. But they're talking about this Helios being a game changer for pickleball. Right now they're showing soccer in this video. I don't know why. But they will be getting back to it, because it starts off showing some of the pictures that were in this. And it says, building Asia's pickleball capital. And maybe that's what they're going to be replacing this place with this. In fact, let's see if I can't fast forward a little bit and get closer to what they're looking at here. As I zip through here.
Yeah, and while you're looking for that, I want to put a shout out, thank you to Michael Cruz of Parks and Rec. Our government is in a tight position right now financially, but Michael Cruz and his team at Parks and Recreation could not have been a better partner in our adoption of the Capitol Hill courts. That the actual pickleball players actually redid those courts for our 5th anniversary, and they are amazingly helpful. So, when times are tough, the private sector, the public sector, they can come together and make something absolutely amazing. So thank you to them too.
He's great too. I love working with him. He's just an easy guy to work with. All right, so man, the future is bright with pickleball.
Yes, very bright. Very bright.
Those pictures you had, I think you were just looking at them. You weren't displaying them, right?
Oh, that stuff that was up there?
Yes.
The video, yeah.
What was wrong? What I saw wrong with those pictures that I experienced for the first time, this was my first trip to Manila. Those streets were fairly empty in the pictures. Mm-hmm. Not true.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Traffic everywhere.
It's like Hanoi. Yeah.
Well, we're looking at some of them now. Pickleball.com.
That's the top level court.
I've got to see if I can't visit the page directly to show you guys what it is, but it looks cool. There's a whole story about this. In fact, here, let's go to that share thing again so people can enjoy this. Where we go, split 2 window. Excuse me, I'll just cough into the microphone like that. But that's it. So, like, there's one of the photos. That's going to be the top story. That's 2,000 seats all the way around, and that's at the top of like a 7-story facility. It's incredible.
Beautiful.
Oh.
And they consulted Ben Johns, who's
Yeah.
the best player in the world, for the design.
Wow.
And the best female player is now all of what?
19.
19, but she's been the best since she was 14.
Jeez.
From soccer, for all you soccer players.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then when you go to the national tournament, what's the highest age bracket for the national? Like 85?
85
I mean,
plus.
85 plus. I don't know that happens too many places. But
I'm going to be there soon.
Brad made us a song called Pickleball Nelson, and we're going to ask him to upload that on YouTube so that we can share it out to people. It's really good.
Yeah, we could definitely.
Thank you so much.
We could definitely play that. Maybe that's what we'll play going out before we take the last news break. But I love it. So, any other things new and
No.
exciting with you guys? I mean, this is new and exciting. But anything else before we
No.
wrap it up?
No.
Yeah. Next trip is off to Thailand for Donna's younger sister's 70th birthday.
The one that started us on
Not-
pickleball.
Not to date you, eh?
Yeah. My younger sister, right. Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
And to see baby Josephine. So, our grandchild.
That's great. Well, at least she's getting started on her international
And we have
experience.
pickleball lined up for
Here for Chiang
Bangkok
Mai.
and Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
Man, I would imagine Chiang Mai would be a great place for it.
I've never been there.
Oh my God! Oh, there's so many things I could tell you about. Your trip's probably all booked up, all your dance card, but there are great experiences. I love Chiang Mai. I told the first year that we went was in 2012, and then we went back in 2022. And I told Kathy, I'm like, hey, you know, we can stop in Bangkok, but we don't need to. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like Chiang Mai is the place that we really want to
It's
go.
a big expat community, I've heard.
And it's just so nice. Like I like it because it's not as big as Bangkok. I mean, Bangkok's cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff down there. Big city experience, but we went. I want to go and experience some more time with those elephants. And it
we're
was
doing that.
wonderful. The people just seems a little bit slower. You know, people seem a little bit friendlier. Not that they're not in
Well,
Bangkok.
and all those temples, I'm talking to them about putting pickleball in the temples.
It's
we'll
perfect.
We'll try and keep them from doing that, but
Yes, pickleball pad thai is the new special over in Chiang Mai that you
yeah,
could
thank
go
you,
ahead
Fred,
and
for
do.
having us. We're really grateful to be able to give the public an update on everything that's going on here with that sport.
Well, thanks. All right. Well, we're gonna leave you with this song, and then we'll go out with the news again. But here it is. You guys have a great
great day.
Thanks for
Thank
tuning in.
you,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
joining us.
Bye, everybody.
Nelson traded his drill for a paddle in hand.